Hi, folks. Hope you're all having a great afternoon for a Friday, which is great. It's a good way to finish off the week, isn't it? To have a bit of a reading and to see what might be coming up for you. Hi, Sharon. How are you? So let's have a look. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm actually going to draw 5 cards. So think of a number from 1 to 5. And then with that, what I'm going to do is randomly select 5 cards and let you know what each one of those cards means. And in addition to that, what I'll be doing, hi Liz, it will be giving you some card reading or some readings as well from different people that have been watching today. So think of a question, think of a situation, and think of the number 1 to 5. Feel free, write the number down if you want, or if you need to pick 2, because there's a couple of people there that I think can't quite decide. So pick 2 numbers. But let's have a look. So the first card that I've got coming out for you today, for those that have selected number 1, the card is travel. Okay, moving on. Take flight. Isn't it interesting? You see the sunset? The sunset of the year for me is the November, December of the year. And I feel like from this November, December, for the next 12 months is a transformation for the people that have picked this card. It's like lots of things are changing. I feel for the positive because it's like the excitement of when you're going on that trip and the plane is going up in the air. It's like you get very, very excited in a positive way. So that's what I'm seeing about this for this card for people. Take flight. Beautiful stuff's coming. Lots of transition, especially over 2019. It's going to be a great year for you. So let's have a look at the second card. That's great that you put down a number. Hello, Karen. So the second card is, look at the matador. Isn't it great? It's stand your ground. Be strong. Now see the red cape? What that's showing me is that for some people, it seems to be that something's stirring you up. But the red cape, I feel, is something that's around your home base, your home chakra. So I feel like there's been a few things that have been stirring you up. It's like, you know how the matador waves a red cape? What that's about is the red attracts the bull. So it's like stirring the bull up. But what I'm feeling for you, sweeties, is sage your house or remove some of the things around your house, and then great stuff will be coming forward for you. Stand your ground. You're right. You know that you're right. Doesn't mean that you have to have an argument. Just go, you know what? I think I'll just continue on my path. Stand your ground, okay? Beautiful stuff. Now, let's have a look for those, hello, who have picked card number 3. So for those who have just joined me, because this is live, think of a number between 1 and 6. I'm just about to draw card number 3. And with that, and if you want card 1 or 2, when this is finished, just go back and re-watch the video. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading for that card. So for those who have picked card number 3, what's coming up is your resume, okay? New career, work change. There's some great stuff happening. Now, it's interesting because I feel like I'm seeing people having to write down. And it could be write a book, write a blog. It could even be updating your resume, but it just feels like lots of writing, lots of thought, things like that. But there's great stuff happening. And I feel like that there's some great responses. For some reason, it feels like there's either a windfall or an earned amount of money, but it just feels like extra money is coming in. It could even just be your tax return that has just come back, but it's like extra money has come in for these people, and it's time for you to move on and take up some new challenges. Now, those who have picked number 4, let's have a look for you. So this is for you, Sharon. Let's see what comes up. Wow, okay. So you will be safe, secure. Just stay put. Great stuff is there, sweetheart. There's lots of support around you. Now, this is also for everyone that have picked number 4. Stay put. There's great stuff there. There's lots of security. I feel like lots of people watching, and it's hang in there. Even though the road sometimes feels like it's a little bit bumpy, it's interesting because just like this little baby koala that's on the back of its mother, it might be a bit of a bumpy ride, but you can trust the people that are helping and supporting you through. There's great stuff there. So let's have a look for those that have picked card number 5. So card number 5 is saying, okay, encouragement, you can do it, go for it. And isn't it interesting, because I actually feel like for this, it's around children as well. Just like this father teaching this little boy to ride, I feel like for the people that have selected this card, it's encouragement. Children do well. You're a great parent. You're a great provider. Children do well. And it's like that encouragement. And especially at this time of the year, because for some reason I'm just seeing like school's ending or a stage is ending and you're about to go into that new stage, especially around children. And for some reason, it just feels that know and trust that things will actually be beautiful, things will actually move forward. Now, for those of you who don't have children, it's interesting because, again, transformation of your life, you're moving forward, trust, things actually go forward, things will be great. Things are like that little person on the bike. When you first start off, you're a little bit wonky, but it just settles down. You won't fall off. Trust, okay? Trust. So let's have a look, and I actually will just draw one more card for people, and then I'll get into some readings for those that are watching. So the one more card is worry, stress, guilt. Don't let the thunderstorm that appears to be above your head actually disturb your thoughts. Get a decent night's sleep. So for some reason, I needed to draw this extra card, and just in case for some reason some of those cards didn't quite fit, or you needed a little bit of, that fits, but I just needed something else. That's why I drew that card for you, sweeties. So know that great stuff will come. The person's in a business outfit, so it feels like it's around business. It feels like it's around income, or however you bring that money in. Stop stressing. Great things will come forward for you. Now I'm going to swap decks, because that deck that I just used was the actual Modern Oracle by Katie Kay. Now, the deck that I generally use, for those that have seen me on my Facebook Lives, is the energy cards. So let's have a look. So if you have a question or would like for me to try and respond to you, I'm just going to randomly go through either the name or a question, something that has just come up here on the side. So we have Dee Mantle. Hello, Dee. Let's have a look for you and let's see what's coming up. Now, let's just randomly shuffle. So, Dee, the card that's come up for you is interesting. It's the community card. Now, that often signifies to me that you're in the middle. Don't worry about the genders of the people that are in the card, but you're in the middle, darling. And so with that, there's a person here who's very, very supportive of you, trying to offer you growth, trying to offer you opportunities, and is very, very supportive of you. There's another person on the side. It could even be a family member or a friend, or what you thought was a friend, that it's all about them and they're a bit jealous or a bit concerned that they haven't got the opportunities that are going to be given to you. So there's great stuff coming for you, darling. So trust in the other side that really stick up for you, really love you. This side here, just let them be. They'll sort themselves out. So we have Susie 5. Hi, Barb. An opportunity has just come up that means we can move to England. Oh, should we take it? On a personal note, England's absolutely beautiful and it's a gorgeous area to be in. However, I'm also sensing that you need to consider the challenges, especially around children and especially around the weather, because it's something about the weather. So I don't know if you have to keep some of the children warm, or that lots of damp cold doesn't do them any good, something about the weather. So just make sure you check that out, or check that, the place that you go to live in over there has a lot of warmth around it. Now, the card that's come up for you, Susie, wow. Happy family. I think that in itself says a lot for you. The family will be happy as long as they're together. Whichever choice you make, they will be happy. But there's talking about grounding yourself, darling. There's a beautiful rainbow, so great things are coming forward for you. Now, the grounding is interesting because I feel like it's around work, and I feel like that there's work opportunities. So that might be what's actually led you to be able to do this. But it's something about the work opportunities will help you ground. The experiences would absolutely be phenomenal. And that's what I feel like you're looking at, because you're a great parent and you want to give your kids all the opportunities that you can. So go ahead and think about that way, but just double check any health issues or anything that is manageable here. However, it over there could possibly exacerbate it. I'm not a medical practitioner, so I'm not trying to tell you anything like that, but it's something about, I don't know if it's asthma or trees or the cold weather at times, but just look into that as well. Okay, sweetheart, but it looks like great times coming for you. So we have Sylvia Gonzalez. Hi, Barb, a card, please. I'm lacking direction. So let's have a look for you, Sylvia. Sylvia, the sixth chakra has come up. You're actually quite intuitive. See how all your guides and angels are around you? The sixth chakra is your third eye. It's talking about that intuition, trusting that gut feeling. What they're saying is put it to the universe. Ask the universe, help me to feel safe, happy, and prosperous. Help me to have the control. Help me to have the direction that I need to go. And it's interesting because while I was looking this way, I just felt like there was a relationship or something, like a door's about to close, or you're trying to close the door on a relationship. And I feel like once you make that decision about shutting the door, however long that takes, but once you make that decision, then you'll actually feel a lot more relaxed. But put it to your guides and angels, and they'll be able to help you with that. Susie's replied, thank you, Barb. I'm from England and I've wanted to be back there so bad. The reading was so spot on. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that lovely feedback. Now, Amy McKenzie, anything for me, please? So let's have a look for Amy. Oh, Amy, similar card has come out. There's the community card. Now, I feel that there's study options or something like that, because for some reason it just felt like the community was a bigger community, but it felt like that there was an education community around it. So I feel like doesn't have to mean that you're doing a whole degree or something, and it could be that you're just coming to the end of a term, but it just feels that that there's study opportunities and that you're doing really, really well, or that you're going to do really well if you haven't quite started it. But I feel that these opportunities will actually help you to move on in life, help you to have that career that you've so desired. So follow your dreams, have faith, and the community will support you. So Lynn Stovall, should I believe, Barb? So let's have a look at this one for you, Lynn. So wow, darn. The Angel of Love card has come through. That is often, to me, it's connecting in with mediumship here. So that's often a mother or grandmotherly type love past, that they've passed over, and it's like, believe in us, it will work. It will work, okay? So should you believe? So it's interesting, and I'm getting the goosebumps, sweetie. So to me, that's lots of loved ones that are around you, but especially this older female. She's coming through. She's giving you a cuddle, and it's interesting because I feel like that there's a sensing of her, or that you, because it's like she sits down when you have a cuppa of a morning or something like that. It's like she's pulled out a chair just about and sat down. I don't mean that she's physically pulled out a chair, but it looks like she's just sitting there just watching you, just amazed at you, and amazed at how strong you are and how strong you've actually had to be. It's time for you now, sweetheart. So believe that it's about you now, and then you can follow that direction, as long as the direction is about you. Know that there's lots of love around you, darling. So let's have a look for Karen Arbery. Would love a card, please. So let's have a look for you, Karen. Karen, the yin and yang. This is about balance, okay? Follow your heart, because that's why the yellow is. It's about you. It's about leadership. Blue is around communication. Follow your heart. That's what I'm hearing about you, sweetheart. Follow the yin and yang. get a bit of balance. Now, it's interesting because they're just taking me off like that there's a plane. I don't think that this is describing your life that it's taking off, but it just feels that there is a holiday or something that you need, and it's like you need to get up in the air and have a better view. In other words, you need to go on a holiday and be able to look back and just breathe. So there's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity coming in for you, darling. Now, they're just showing me flowers, like that there's some flowers coming unexpectedly for you. And it's interesting because I feel like that the loved one behind the flowers loves you dearly. So that there's flowers coming, and I feel like it's from a loved one. So balance. So let's have a look for Robin Payton. Hi, Barb. There is a lot of changes at work. Will the staff settle in and things get better? One of the things, darling, you probably can't sage your workplace because that would help to remove all vibrations to help settle it down. But what you could do, sweetie, is sit there tonight or whatever and just picture your workplace and just picture white light just floating all the way through your workplace, giving it a good cleanse because it's like the energy needs to cleanse. I feel the changes is partly to do with management, and I feel like staff will settle down because for some reason I feel like this manager has never had the opportunity or whatever, but it's like now they can be heard. Now people can listen to them. I feel that they've got a good direction. So I'm not saying it's definitely mismanagement, but it's like the other manager or the other person in the management position wasn't able to be heard, whereas I feel like this new person, darling, will be heard. So this is for Robin. And wow, follow your heart, darling. That's the fourth chakra. It's about you. It's about loving yourself. Make sure that you're the one feeling comfortable with everything as well, because what they're showing me is this is like when you're in the airplane and the air hostess says, you know, when they do their little turn to the left, this is where something is, and turn to the right. It's around when those oxygen masks drop down, put it on yourself first, because once you've got oxygen in yourself, then you can help save others, or then you can help work with others. So this is love yourself first, and it's the same with work. Make sure that you're happy first. Once you're happy, you're content, and once you're comfortable with it, then you can definitely help others. Because if you're struggling for breath, or if you're struggling to deal with this yourself, you're not actually able to help others to deal with the changes that are coming up. I'm feeling that they're quite positive. So thank you. Now, we have Sharon Whittington. Hey, Barb, what now? So let's have a look for you, Sharon. Oh, fast action's coming, which is really, really great because it's signing of something, or it's signing off, or it's getting the approval for. And it doesn't always have to be documentation. Sometimes it's actually giving yourself that approval. And that's what I feel like what's now. What's now? It's giving yourself that time, giving yourself that approval to be able to get off and do the things that you actually want to do. Now, for some reason, it's to do with space. You being able to have your own space, sweetheart, especially, and look, Sharon, I am very much aware that you actually have younger children that you look after in your house. And it's something about having your own space, but give yourself the approval that that's your sacred spot. It doesn't always have to be invaded by other people. So that's the fast action that's happening, because as you get settled, darling, and settle down into the areas that you want to, what happens is that great stuff keeps coming. So Lee Kennedy. Hi, Barb. Would love a card, please. Oh, and Amy McKenzie's just said, wow, thank you. I've just finished my diploma of enrolled nursing, and I'm starting my degree in nursing next year. Oh, thank you for that, Amy. So let's have a look for you, Lee, and let's see what's coming up. Lee Kennedy. Wow, again, the balance card. Yin and yang, but the blue is talking to me about oceans. It's talking to me about travel. And the yellow is talking to me about sunshine. It's talking to me about resting, and it's talking to me about, shall we say, taking that time for yourself, because yellow is about leadership. So that is very, very incredible for you, darling. So there's opportunities for you to take some breathing space, have a bit of a holiday, gather your thoughts, and then come back stronger than ever. and I feel leadership opportunities are around you. Lynn Stovall, thank you. It is about myself taking a chance again. That's great. And Karen's saying, thank you, I needed that. Oh, I appreciate that. And Sharon said, thank you. Robin Patton says, wow, thank you. This is very much spot on, and thank you for the guidance. Thank you, ladies. That's lovely. So Lisa Holdway, hi, Barb. I'd love a card, please. So let's have a look for you, Lisa. And then we'll come back to Maria Duck. So Lisa, wow, there's some changes coming up for you, darling, because the indecision. The red is around the base chakras. So to me, that's often around, shall we say, the home, personalities, relationships, income, but it's that base stuff that we need to be able to have strong so that we can actually keep going, sweetheart. So with that, darling, there's a few changes that are coming up. I feel like you've been thinking about it. It could be a whole move, a renovation, just even shifting things around. But I feel like whatever you do, it will help in the positive. It will actually give some new energy. Now, it's interesting. It feels like when you shift things, it's like making room, whether you purposely know that you're shifting things and it gives extra space, or whether by shifting things, giving extra space, it happens to be just the perfect timing, because I feel like for some reason there's someone else coming and either staying in the house or visiting the house. But I feel like that there's space around that because they've just shown me that. So I hope that makes some sense. I feel like great changes will help you to settle down. So we have Chantel Butler. Can I please have one? And then I'll get into Maria Duck. Sorry, Maria. So Chantel, this here is your third chakra. Trust your gut feelings, sweetie. So with that down, it's about leadership opportunities, but it is more about loving yourself, finding something for yourself to do. Now, it's interesting. For some reason, Chantel, they're just taking me to the car. So I don't know if you've had some hiccups with driving or parking or something, but they're just taking me to the car. And it's like, you're overwhelmed sometimes, or you're rushing sometimes, or you haven't quite thought things through. But I feel like that's all this pressure that's coming behind for you, Chantel. So breathe. Learn to say no to other people. You don't always have to do things to save or rescue other people. That's what this is about. So let's have a look for Maria Duck. Anything for me, please, Barb? So let's have a look. So Maria. Oh, beautiful. Blossoming abundance. And I know you're not this, but if you were a little bullfrog, you would love that area. Isn't it gorgeous with the water and the beautiful ease around? Now, I want to go up here. There's a little owl up there. And I was talking to you, Maria, about being wise, okay? You're very wise. It's like you're up the top having a good look around. I feel like that could be like family or friends or something. You're just being wise around things. Now, there's an older person I feel around you, because I just all of a sudden saw that someone needed a little bit of extra care and a little bit of extra support, darling. Doesn't mean you're always the one that has to pick it up, because this is actually about you, blossoming abundance. There's nice stuff happening around your home. You're actually able to breathe. It's not necessarily, I'm not seeing you bring someone else into your home so that you care for them, because that's exhausting. Whereas I feel like you'll be there and that great stuff is there. Beautiful, shall we say, peacefulness is coming around your home. So we have Lee Kennedy. Thank you, Barb. Hoping the leadership is with my new online business. Oh, well done, Dar. Lisa Holdway. Thank you, Barb. That absolutely makes sense. And I'm hoping to come and see you on Sunday. Oh, fabulous. For those who are not aware, this Sunday I'm at the Glen Hotel here in southeast Queensland. And with that, we're there from 10 to 4 with Inspired Life events. It's actually on my Facebook site as an event. Now, the other thing tomorrow, for those who are out at Woodhill, I'm at the Gypsies Market, the Witches Market, and wow, what a day that is. It's absolutely great entertainment, great fun, lots of fabulous stalls. Looks like the weather's going to be perfect, not too hot. So that's really great. So we have Alexander. Hi, Barb. So let's have a look for you, Alexander. Can you read me a card for my finance contact? I'm working on many things I would really like to know about. So let's have a look for you. Oh, wow. Contracts, that is financial. I feel like that there's something being signed off so that you can, shall we say, know where you're going, know what's coming in, know what's going out, because that's what the balancing scales are. Now, look at those books. It's like you have to do a bit of research about it, and when you do the research, for some reason, tax laws, something like that around tax laws or business laws, but it just feels like when you get them all under control, that will help you through a situation. It feels like you help people too with their business. So whether you have people coming and that you teach them and you charge them, make sure you charge them, or that you have people that you're responsible for their money or something, because there's a connection around that as well, and you helping people. But great stuff coming, lots of contracts coming through for you. Daryl and Grigoric, I have probably said that wrong. Hello, Barb. Nearly forgot to watch YouTube today. Any guidance for me today? So let's have a look for you, Darylyn. So, oh, wow. Your first chakra has come up. It's interesting because while I turn this, it's about friends or who you think are friends. It's like some people are moving on and it's like a new group are coming around you, very, very supportive. The older ones, I feel like some of them have moved away because they've realised they don't get away with things with you anymore. It's like that they've tried to use you or something like that, or you've been very generous with your time and now you're learning to say no. So there's some great stuff there, but new friends are coming along, and I feel like that's really, really important for you to know. Great new people in your life that will actually mean a lot to you. Not all your friends are going. Great friends will stay, but there's some that just need to move on. They're not supporting your lifestyle. They're not supporting you. They're not supporting your values. They're the ones, you probably won't even hardly notice that they're gone, okay? But when you look back and you think, they're not with me much anymore, they're not with me, that's because they can't keep up, sweetheart. So Maria Duck, can you see my with any babies soon? So let's have a look, darling. Let's have a look for you. Thank you, Barb. Peace I really need right now. Cool. So let's have a look for you, darling, with the babies. And, happy families. That's what's coming through for you, sweetheart. And see the beautiful rainbow. Ground yourself. Great opportunities are coming forward for you, okay? And it's interesting because when you're saying babies, I feel you've got a number in your head about what you want. And I want to say +1. +1. Okay, so that's just a quick reading for you, sweetheart. Emma Markey. Hi there, I have questions and need some answers. Work and money. Well, thank you, Amy, for the beautiful feedback. That's awesome too. So, Emma, work and money. Look at that second chakra. I feel that you're very, very creative. I feel that you're a great little problem solver. Give you an issue or a problem, and before you know it, you've come to the solution. It's just getting everyone else to understand which way to go with that solution. I want to bring one more card up for you, sweetheart. Cool. There's a bit of a move happening for you. Now, that could be a move of your work or your home, because I feel that it is connected. This here shows me that wherever you are, you're probably feeling limited because there's not much space there. Whereas where you're going over here, there's lots of land space, there's lots of exploring space, there's lots of career space. So I do feel that new opportunities are coming forward to you. So put it up there, ask your guides and angels, because that's what the second chakra is about as well. Being creative, thinking outside the square. Use your guides and angels to help me be safe, happy and prosperous. Great stuff coming forward for you. So Alexander from Libya in North Africa, say to you, you're right, and thank you indeed, Barb. Oh, thank you, Alexander. That's lovely. Now, wife Nummy, actually you joined last week, sweetheart. Hey, Barb, I keep seeing the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it mean anything? Look, I'm not I love hearing about numerology. It doesn't stay in for some reason. It's not a serious modality of mine. I'd be like you. I'd be looking and Googling it to see what that actually means. I'm not an expert in that area, But let's have a look and see what the cards are trying to say to you. Wow, that's a healer. You're a healer. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, now that I'm thinking about in regards to the healing concept, is nearly like you build on things, and then it's amazing the outcome. And the 1, 2, 3, 4 are taking steps as well. So with that, sweetheart, take steps around being a healer. They're also sending you a bit of healing. And it's interesting. I just want to scratch my back. So I don't know if you've had a few neck aches or stress around the shoulders or a bit of backache or something, but they're just taking me there. But you're a strong healer, whether you use it as communication, such as a counsellor, or whether you use it for things like supporting young people to understand things, or even as a nurse. But a healer is a modality that I feel you've got strong strengths in. So let's have a look. Emma Marker, beautiful. Thank you, lovely. Oh, that's great. So, Chantel Butler, I was driving in the car when you pulled my card. Haha, you must be why the car came through for you. Oh, isn't that interesting? That is so funny. Wow, you're very talented driving in the car and watching YouTube. Maybe you were a passenger. So, J9K, hi, I put an offer on a business. Do you think it will be accepted? Now, it's interesting, darling. Make sure that there's some finer detail in it, because first off, they were showing me that it feels like that there's some toing and throwing around the number, but I feel like walk in, walk out should be included in those details. Pretty well like, that's the number, you just go, we take over whatever's there, because there's something about the stock, or it might be the setup, or what they use is not just their human intelligence that you're buying. It feels like that there's other stuff there. So I feel like that they're listening to your number, but it's just coming down to the walk in, walk out details around it. And Blossoming Abundance, the business is quite successful. Okay, so it's going to grow, great stuff around it. I feel like for you, and that's probably why that's coming up, there's a natural side to this business, or that you're just a beautiful natured person, and the people around you that would be coming in and out of the business, there's something about people's nature. And I feel like you're able to calm people down and give people great opportunities. So that's what I see for you. D. Mantle, I'm so sorry for this, darling. My son passed away 12 weeks ago. My daughter gave birth at 28 weeks, 3 days ago. Is there a sign with the number 1, 2? Let's have a look. I know I'm so sorry for your family's loss. It's interesting because they're just showing me about naturally starting to focus on the positive, see the positive coming. Wow, victory's there. Look at the sad look on that woman's eyes. It's like you can't believe that great stuff could come forward to you, darling, but there is beautiful stuff that's there. Steer your own ship. There's great things. Now, in regards to your son, I just feel that there's questions being asked around it. So something about coming down in the family, or something in the family, but there's questions being asked. And this here is showing me steer your own ship. There is financial gain to happen for you that's in the positive, and beautiful stuff is there. So, Lynn Strobel, will my holiday be okay? Oh, thank you, Janine. She did make a walk-in, walk-out offer. Well, I think that they'll accept it. So, Lynn Strobel, will my holiday be okay? Oh, the same card. You saw that I shuffled. So this here's victory for you, Lynn. Yes, great holidays, okay? Because you asked a question, will my holiday be okay? And victory always means yes. I feel like it won't be as expensive as what you think, and I feel like the gold is around you bringing back brilliant ideas. And I feel like wherever you're going, you're going to come across something, whether it be a business idea or something, darling, and it just feels like you're actually able to say, wow, wouldn't that be great back home? I wonder how we could get that going back home. So there's something like that. And I feel like you learn while you're actually on holidays. Now, Chantel, I had the judgment card pulled for me a couple of days ago. Can you elaborate? Look, I'll let you know now, the judgment card, for what I understand, is actually in the tarot set. I am not, it's not my specialty area, tarot, but the judgment card to me, let's have a look and let's see if something else comes out with this. But the judgment card for what I'm hearing for you is that everyone's answerable. Everyone's answerable, and it feels like the truth comes out. Oh, wow. Trust your strength, okay? The angel of strength has come out for you, but this is often a father, grandfatherly type loved one that's passed, and they're giving you lots and lots of protection. And see the beautiful angel. So with that, there's lots of protection coming through for you, sweeties. So with that, know that the strength is behind you, and you will be fine. People, I feel like the judgment is that people will see how strong you are. People will see what a great job you do. That's where I feel like the judgment is coming through. Okay. D. Mantle, thank you so very much. You have helped immensely. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Oh, Janine K., we've been negotiating for 3 months. Wow. Breathe, darling, breathe. Ask the universe, help us to have. I feel like the doors, your doors, are open way before Christmas, okay? Because I feel like the timing is to get in before Christmas, to get in before the Christmas rush. So there's something about Christmas with you, darling. Been saying thank you. Nikita Boyd, hello, lovely. Hi, Barb. Did you get? Yes, I did. I just haven't had a chance to answer you, sweetheart. Now, Chantel said, thank you. Ray Brown, hi there. Feeling a little lost at the moment and at crossroads. What do you feel? So let's have a look. Done. This here is about the angel of balance for you, Ray. So, which would be how you're feeling at the crossroads. So it's like finding your balance there. But I feel great opportunities. Look at those pyramids at the back. People who made the pyramids made them in ways that even these days we can't quite understand how they do the engineering. And I feel for you, you can't quite understand how something's going to work out. But I feel like miracles happen for you, sweetheart. So great stuff's there. The angels there, blues around communication, but there's also some travel coming up. And I feel like, oh, that's a bit of a relief. So you need a bit of a break. So even if it's just a weekend off, allow yourself, give yourself that permission, get back into holiday mode. And I feel by switching off a bit, you'll actually make the right decisions. Okay. So in regards to Nikita, is it my bro? Let's have a look. Nikita sent me a private message, people, and she was saying about a phone call that she's had, and she could hear a noise, and she had the phone call recorded. It was an unusual noise, like a tummy growling, and she played it back for her mum later on, and she was just asking me, can spirit communicate through the phone? Look, I have actually heard that. That spirit can actually interrupt phone calls, do knocking on phone calls. And it's just coming back to me now. I remember doing a reading for someone and I could hear a knocking sound while I was actually reading for them, like a knock, 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 knock. And with that, they couldn't hear it at the other end. But when I was talking about it, it was actually describing something that had been happening to their front door, where they'd actually been hearing a knock, knock, knock on the door. So let's have a look for you, Nikita. You're asking about your brother. I feel like that there's been some things, because the all tied up card has happened. And with your brother, I feel like he's trying to let you know that, you know, it'll all be over soon. All the stuff that's tying you up, all the stuff that you're trying to finalize and things like that will actually sort themselves out. And see the blue, there is communication. Now, you probably won't see it the way I just saw it, but I quickly saw that, and I actually felt like that there's a face, like that there's spirit around watching you in a beautiful way, in a protective way. So I feel that your brother is around, sweetheart. Okay, so we've got a couple more that we can do, and then I'll be finishing up. Oh, thank you. I've subscribed. So yes, please, for people who are watching, if you'd like to join me next Friday afternoon at 2:30, please subscribe, and then you'll get the reminder. So, oh, your mum is Dee. Thank you, Nikita. So many things have been happening. It's crazy. So Maria has asked, do you know when I'll fall pregnant? It's been on my mind for a long time. Oh, whoa. So the card that fell out for you, Maria, it's about romance and trying to make that time, okay? It's not just all about falling pregnant. It's about having those opportunities where, you know, so much great quality time is there, because the anxiety is stressing you out. And quite often when we can throw ourselves into the other mode where we're, you know, being able to be with the person that we love, spend some great time, stop stressing, and then things naturally happen for you. But I do see children +1. So whatever you're asking for, darling, I see a +1 around you as well. So, folks, I will finish up there. I have gone over. Oh, thank you, Darren. My insights are always spot on. Thank you very, very much, everyone. Join me again next Friday at 2:30, and thank you. Have a great weekend for those that it's turning Saturday soon. Take care. Bye.